Hello, Facebook Live. Marcus here. Hello, hello. Let's see. I am going live. Hopefully, I have enough internet service where I'm at to do this live. I'm on my computer. Good morning, everybody. It is late morning. There goes my notification. Late morning. It's 11:23 on the 22nd, May 22nd. Not my normal setting right now. I'm in beautiful Martha's Vineyard for the weekend. Jamie and I enjoying ourselves. Hello to everybody tuning on. Good morning, Joel. If you're tuning in, drop a comment, hashtag live. If it's on the replay, hashtag replay. Great weekend. The weather's just awesome. It's colder here though than in Ellenville. Today's only going to be 65 degrees here. We rented some bikes yesterday and rode all around the island. We're going to do that same thing today again. We have our bikes outside. Went for a run this morning. A bunch of people are here to run the marathon that was supposed to happen, but the marathon was pushed off. So we're joining a bunch of friends and everybody went for some fun runs this morning all around the island. So here with a bunch of friends running and eating and maybe drinking a little bit too. So that's story that. We are open at 5 o'clock today. No, 3 o'clock. It's Saturday. We're open at 3 o'clock. Call and make reservations, please. Outdoors open. Outdoor dining is open. 647-3000. It's Saturday. We're going to be busy, folks. The streets are closed tonight for traffic, open for dining. So that's happening there.
Albie and Brian are playing tonight.
Albie and Brian, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So Albie Beluli and Brian Gordon are both playing tonight at the front of the Shadowland. They go back to back. They're not playing together. They go back to back. I'm sure they'll probably help each other. Yeah, I'm sure they'll probably help each other out too and jump in and do some sets for each other. If anybody know Brian and Albie, if Albie's playing at Aroma Time and Brian walks in, Brian will jump up and take over, and Albie will sit down and take a break, and they do that back and forth with each other. So it's a lot of fun to see those two together. So Albie and Brian, two great local musicians in Ellenville tonight at the Shadowland. All right, so. The title of this is Stuff We Have to Deal With, or Why Would People Do This? You know, it's just crazy. We got 3 bad reviews yesterday. 3 bad reviews, all from the same experience. It's just crazy what people do. So the last review that we got here, let's see if I can share. I don't know if I can make a comment with a photo, can I? No, darn it. I wished I could. Maybe with my phone I can. I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. Give me a moment here. I probably should have set myself up a little better. So let's see here. Yeah, let me try this. Bear with me one moment here, folks. So got 2 bad reviews yesterday on Facebook, and another one was on Google. All the same party. 2 people that came in and ate everything, didn't say a single thing wrong, said goodnight, didn't complain about a single thing, and came in, and then these 2 reviews come in from this local couple that just totally just bashed us. Like they both went out of their way to bash us. So let's see if I can post this in a roundabout way here. Some of this stuff is just humorous, the way they write these reviews and what they do. But in another way, it's just mean, because these people didn't even leave a tip yesterday. They complained about nothing. They ate everything, and they don't know until afterwards. You don't know until afterwards. Like, they totally blindside you, right? And are like, I can't leave a picture here either. I can't even leave the link for it. Huh. Okay. All right, so here's what the reviews say. Maybe I'll post them after if I can. Here's what the reviews say. These are under our Facebook reviews. Now, these are 2 people that are involved in our community, that actually work in our community. And you can go on and see these people's names right on our Facebook page. So the first one is Emma Post. I don't recommend coming here hungry. Sat for 25 minutes and waited for a drink I ordered. Does not have regular soda. Not even mozzarella sticks. We don't even have mozzarella sticks. Next time I come to Center Street, I will go to Gabby's. So, of course, Gabby's is not on Center Street. and we're not on Center Street, we're on Canal Street. So that's Emma's post, and then her boyfriend Josh Demarest posts. Sat next to both these are don't recommend, doesn't recommend aroma time. Sat next to a real fire on an 85-degree day. Slow service, poor presentation, not child friendly. So we have people that are coming in tonight for dinner that are actually requesting the fire, how warm it is. We've had the fire pit going all year. This couple came in our very first table. They were in our very first table last night. We opened up at 5. They came in shortly after 5. They sat in the garden. The whole garden's open. They didn't want to sit by the fire. They could have easily have moved. That's just a matter of speaking up. I don't understand why people are so afraid to speak up at a restaurant. Like, folks, you're paying. You're paying for food. Like, if something doesn't like friends we were with yesterday, they got 2 bad Bloody Marys. 2 bad Bloody Marys. I looked at the Bloody Marys. I'm not a Bloody Mary drinker, but I can tell you, they used the wrong kind of ice. They used the wrong kind of ice, and it was too crushy, and it liquefied, it melted, and it was a watery Bloody Mary right off the bat. And I looked at them like, that's not, you can just look at it. You can like see through the glass. That's like one sign your Bloody Mary is not good, when you can actually see through the glass. So, because it's not red enough. So they spoke up and returned it. But like, what, if you're getting something you don't like, why sit there and be miserable through it without speaking up and then paying for it? So they wanted mozzarella sticks, okay, but they ordered a margherita pizza and they ordered the salmon entree. They ordered they ordered the margherita pizza and they ordered the salmon entree. And they ate it all. Courtney made them sweet tea. But if you're coming to a farm-to-table restaurant, you probably shouldn't expect mozzarella sticks. If you're going to certain restaurants don't have things. So there should be no excuse for any of us going to any restaurant and being blindsided about what's on their menu. Because restaurants, believe it or not, post things on websites and Facebook, and you can look at their menu. It's on Yelp, it's on TripAdvisor, it's all over the place. None of us should be surprised at all when we walk into a place. If you're going out to eat, you probably should do a little research if you want mozzarella sticks and find out who has mozzarella sticks. Not every restaurant has mozzarella sticks. I have a feeling this is the very first time that she's been in a restaurant like ours. We don't serve mozzarella sticks, and if all of you know that, we don't. So they ate everything. They said everything was great. Didn't complain about a single thing, not a single thing. And when they left, zero tip. And they're like, our wait staff was like totally thrown off. Courtney and everybody else who was working was like, I don't get it. Like, you had a great experience. You didn't complain about a single thing. You said goodbye. You smiled and everything. And then all of a sudden, an hour later, this gets posted on our Facebook, like totally bashing us. And the part that sucks is, like, these are local people. These are local people in our community. They actually work at the Elmville Fire Squad, First Aid Squad, Elmville First Aid Squad. They actually work at the First Aid Squad. And it's like, you don't bash businesses in your community when you're part of the community at a level like that. Like there's no reason for you to bash the community that you're serving, protecting. That's like a police officer writing a bad review about a restaurant that's their jurisdiction. Right? You don't do that. You go in and you say, this wasn't what I expected. You speak up, but people just are so afraid to speak up, but they're not afraid to go out and do something stupid like this, and stuff like this. Stuff like this actually hurts businesses. It hurts restaurants. It hurts the staff. So there's no excuse for going into a restaurant that you're going to be unhappy with to begin with. If you can look at the menu ahead of time and realize they don't have the food that you're looking for. And I'm not saying mozzarella sticks are bad. But I'm just, you can go on menu and see we don't have mozzarella sticks. When you look at our menu, it's farm to table. The most awarded restaurant in the Hudson Valley. Luxury Life magazine, farm to table, best farm to table restaurant in New York State, probably doesn't have Anchor mozzarella sticks on the menu. And nor do we have Coke or Pepsi that's sweetened with high fructose corn syrup and artificial caramel colorings and sodium benzoate and all these kinds of things. We don't have that. We're kind of really strict on the ingredients we bring in. That's why a lot of people love us, because of that. That's what we do. So it's just a shame. It's a shame that people have to do that, especially in the community, when people are like actually in the community like that. Like, I tell my staff, I'm like, you represent Aroma Time, and if you list us on your Facebook as you working here, don't go to another restaurant in the Hudson Valley and make an issue, because they're gonna look right back and who you are and say, oh, they work for Aroma Time. No, that's not what it's about. You take it up properly with with it and take care of it properly. You don't. I like to tell myself you don't do that. If you're putting aroma time on your Facebook profile as your job, you represent aroma time, and you make sure when you go out to other restaurants in our realm, in our profession, you represent us properly. That's just professionalism. But that's the one thing. Like I do this. I know I said this the other day. I love talking to middle schoolers about career day. I've been doing this for years. For 20 years, I've been doing career day, and not much of my talk is about being a chef. It's about being professional, ethical. It's about not burning bridges. It's about doing the right thing. And the teachers love when I do this because they're like, oh my gosh, nobody teaches this. Nobody tells people things this. I mean, you don't work in a position you work like in that and then go bash somebody in your community like that. They really even know who I am. Maybe I'm a donor. Maybe I'm actually a donor. I'm not, but maybe if I was a donor to that, and we did the Elmville Run, the race for years, JB and I, and it was part of the First Aid Squad. First Aid Squad was the ones who originally had it, and we used their bank account for it and everything, and we kept putting money back into the account, and we did a lot of good for the community as much as we could through that, but it was in a sort of a joint venture at one point with the Elmville First Aid Squad. So, like sometimes you have no idea who you're actually bashing, and it's a shame, really, really a shame. So, Len says can't please everyone. You're absolutely right. You can't please everyone, but you just have to.
But our staff works hard, and they deserve a tip.
Yeah, our staff works hard, and they deserve a tip. They absolutely deserve a tip. You don't go out and don't there's just if you're going out to eat, that's just part of the game. Part of the game is you're tipping. If it takes an extreme amount for us not to tip. When we were in Montreal, when the kids were little, there was a chance there was a part in tip, but I think in Montreal it's included or something. But I mean, the restaurant owner ended up calling the police on us and locked me inside the restaurant, wouldn't let me out, all because I simply asked. You didn't give me clams tonight. You gave me mussels, and you didn't tell me it was the same price. Mussels they were out of clams. They couldn't afford the expensive little neck clams, so they put in cheaper, inexpensive, they're very price different black mussels. So I just simply asked the owner at the end. I spoke up and I said, the dish was great. However, the menu said clams. I got mussels. How many clams? I said, this is what I said, how many clams do you normally put with clams? They go 6. I said, okay, you gave me 6 mussels in there. Is it the same price? I was curious, is it the same price? Yes, it's the same price. I'm like, well, and I just simply said, I was like, that doesn't really make sense because mussels are 8 cents each, clams are 35 cents each. How do you know that? And I said, well, I'm a restaurant owner and I buy these all the time, so it just seems odd that you would give me something that's 4 times less the value and charge me the same price. I said, it just doesn't seem right, and they got mad at me.
And I don't even think they told us.
They didn't tell us because it was on the bill, and they got mad at us, and this was the owner and the wife, and they started yelling, and I'm like, and Jamie went to take the kids out of this situation. They just really upset, and I go to leave, and they lock me in, and they call the police on me, and I said to her, I'm not tipping. Yes, you are. I said, I'm not tipping. I said, I'm not tipping you. You're yelling at me now for asking you a question. I'm speaking up and asking you a question. I just told you the food was good. I'm just wondering why you're charging the same price. Don't get mad and don't yell at me. But they called the police on me. I said, I'm not tipping. The police came and I explained the story. Lo and behold, that's probably one of the only times I wrote a 1-star review for a restaurant. I think that's probably the only time I wrote a 1-star review. They were closed 6 months later, a year later. You can just tell they were just out of their league, and they didn't know what they were doing, and especially to insult the guests like that and call the police. They literally locked me in the building. I could not get out. So it's just crazy. But nowadays, I know you can't please everybody, but with the internet, look up before you go somewhere. You wouldn't go to a barbecue place if you're vegetarian and complain, would you? I wouldn't expect to go to a barbecue place and get upset that they don't have the best veggie burger going, right? It's not my right to get upset because that's not what their theme is. I wouldn't go to a Chinese restaurant and order a cheeseburger and be upset that they can't do a cheeseburger and then write a 1-star review. I wouldn't do that. And I can look online and see their menu. So I just feel like they should have just at least looked at our menu and understood what was going on. So it's a shame, really a shame. So, that is it, folks. I'm going to go out. It's a beautiful day here in Martha's Vineyard. Jamie and I are going to get on the bikes, pedal around. And some of our friends are still out running, I think. They're probably done by now.
They're done.
They're done now.
Waiting for us.
Oh, they're waiting for us. All right, they're waiting for us. Got to go. Everybody have an amazing day. Open at 3 o'clock today, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Garden's open. If you don't want to sit by the fire, just ask us. It's simple. We can move you. Don't write us a 1-star review because you sat next to the fire. We actually have people coming in tonight that have not dined with us in a year. First time back in a year. And they go, we hope the fire's on, and we want to sit as close to the fire as possible tonight.
They came last night.
Oh, they came last night. Oh, they were in last night. And they sat next to the fire. They were in last night. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. They were in last night, but they wanted the fire. They specifically called us 4 days prior and said, we're bringing the whole family in. We want the fire and this and that. So
we have to light the fire ahead of time. Because
yeah.
If not, it's not ready to go.
Not ready to go, yeah. Right, exactly.
So even if it's 80 degrees outside, it still has to be lit.
It still has to be lit, yeah. So, all right, folks. Thank you, Len. We will enjoy our day up here, our weekend up here. We'll be back on Monday. Monday we have a great wine dinner. We're actually back tomorrow. We have a great wine dinner on Monday night. Summertime wines. Got some really cool wines for this lineup. Wines from all over the globe, all over the world. California, Italy, maybe even one New York wines. Really cool stuff tomorrow. $29 plus a dish. That's Monday. $29 plus a dish on Monday. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you later.